episode 619. Booyaka. Thank you all for listening to episode 618, NFL, a midseason review. I am Gray, here with my co-hosts,
Bear.
and
Jeremy is back.
finally, every week we tell them, hey, yeah, we're going to do 70s next week. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, I've been trying to put it off.
Hey,
Yeah,
you keep them guessing.
it's like we talked about it last week, Jeremy. It was like the time we said we're gonna watch Hogan Warrior.
Oh yeah,
That's been a year now, I think, maybe longer.
Yeah, we'll get to that someday.
Oh man,
But probably not, because
no,
no one wants to see that.
screw Hogan
Sorry,
Warrior.
Jeremy.
we want Hogan Warrior in WCW.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
no.
That's,
Wow.
nobody truly wants that. Everyone
Nobody
says
wants
they
that.
want it. No one truly wants it.
It was awful. Kind of like how they ruined Sting and Hogan. Build up to it for a year and a half and then just have the worst god awful match.
Yeah.
And I was so ready for that. I was ready. But they ruined it. So we're not going to ruin anything here. Thank you to Wes Anderson for moments of time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter or X and Instagram at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing. That's over, or well, yeah, allwearclothing.com. Then mention Overline Podcast. Brandon will hook you up with that deal. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Landscaping. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you to Sparty Steve. Always a gem. Watching the old Spartans right now against Kansas. They kept it close. Now they're down by 9.
Does
So
Dickinson have 10 boards yet?
I don't know. It's
That's
kind of
all
sad watching this game.
he does. All right, good. I needed Dickinson 10 boards and Kansas money line. Sorry, Gray. My apologies.
Well, I mean, my old team isn't even ranked, so it's okay.
I mean, they're 2-0.
They're not ranked.
Let's see. Who'd they beat? Monmouth and Niagara. Two tough games.
Yeah, I know.
Got another tough one coming up against Bowling Green.
That should be good.
And then Samford.
Oh, jeez.
Like Polar, he doesn't even have 10 boards. He has 7 boards. Owen Carr, he's at 2 boards, 6 points. Jesus.
As long as Kansas finishes this off, get the first half of it. Then I go to Duke and Kentucky, which
Yeah,
will be good.
Dickinson 26 and 10. I can't stop him.
He had 15 and 6 in the first half, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be easy." And then I looked, and there was like 9 minutes to go, and he had like 21 and 6, and I'm like, "This motherfucker! How you're a big man? Grab boards. It's your job."
Grab boards, kid. Um, so thank you, Sparty Steve. Thank you, Paper Denim Art. And Great Key Merch. We have finished the season. We had our last show over the weekend in Alabaster, and I can tell you right now, I am happy it's over. It's over for me. It's not over for the bird. The bird has he's going to do well, he's flying to Tulsa this week. We're selling a couple of our trucks. One of them to one of our guys that works for us. Another one we're going to sell probably to Bird's uncle. And then we're going to get the 2022 back here to Bird. And then Robbie got a 25. And obviously I have the 22 Tahoe. And then be in good shape for next year. And, we already got the lineups for next year. It's looking really good. We know that Kid Rock's a headliner, one of them. We know Nickelback's the other. We know Hank Williams Jr. is going to be at several of them. We know that Leonard Skinner is going to be at several of them. Aaron Lewis, who's
Mhm.
going to be at several of them, which is great. And then we have Rock the Country in Little Rock, Arkansas in June, mid-June. And then that same weekend, we also have Rock the South going on at the same time. And so what's funny is Hank Williams, like Rock the Country's 2 days, Friday, Saturday, down in Thursday, and then Rock the South is 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Thursday's headliners Hank Williams. Fridays is Kid Rock, Saturday Nickelback. So that I already know then Nickelback will headline Friday at Rock the Country and Kid Rock Saturday. So while Robbie's at one, I'll be at the other. And, we're dealing with the same stuff, which keeps it easy for both of us. So we've already got a busy year lined up. Worked on our deal, got it all done, and we're going to be busy. We got Bird. Bird's going to be in December. He's going to Tulsa. Well, he's going to Tulsa this week, or on Saturday, and then he's helping out on Robbie's ranch for the week, getting some work done, and then he's gonna hopefully bring the truck back, and then he'll be going out to Tulsa again to help with Zach Bryan for 3 show days. I'm like, sweet, Bird's gonna be working, and then we go back on February 8th, week after you and I are in Indy. I'll be back in Indy.
Nice. Nice
Should
little,
be a grand old time.
got like a NASCAR off season there.
A little bit. Kind of looking forward to it.
I mean, literally, NASCAR's the next week after you're back, so you do have a NASCAR off season. NASCAR finished this week.
I
You
finished
do.
on the same weekend. Hey, and they'll have the Clash, right? On the weekend of the 8th.
Yeah, they should.
So me and NASCAR are on the same schedule.
There you go.
NASCAR ends, I end. NASCAR goes back, I'll go back.
There you go. See if you can start selling NASCAR races.
Right. And then Gray Key is also the lunch sponsor for X golf outing that we're going to be in on January 11th. And so
Mhm.
look forward to that. We're the lunch sponsor, which will be provided by Maumee Bay Brewing Company. And
And
we're going to sponsor that, which will be great. And looking forward to it. And then last but not least, Connell Barrett at Dating Transformation.
make sure you get to datingtransformation.com and get that free consultation when you mention Over the Line podcast. And in the meantime, get to amazon.com and buy Connell's book, Dating Sucks. But you don't.
So NASCAR is officially over, and we
Right.
have a champion here. Um, just closed it out, Bear. Went 1-2-1 to end the season.
Yeah.
Exactly what I needed.
Yeah, I can't really do much better than that. Well, I mean, you could. You could have got a 1-1-1, but you choked at Martinsville and got a 2.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. So I ended up with 465 points and beat Bear by 25. But needed that 1-2-1 to really help because that was a little rough. And even
Yeah.
before that, a couple weeks before, because when I went 39 and you went 16, I was already worried. Then I got a 7, you got an 11, I got a 4, you got an 11, and then it was just better each week. So it helped out. It helped I had Logano left, and that was my only choice. And obviously he won the title, um, which whatever. And I sent you that, and the race was fine. It was basically going to be Logano or Blaney the whole time. I
Yeah.
mean, there was nobody else.
No, I
So
mean, Blaney had a fast car, and he had him there. He had him. He just couldn't get by him on the last couple laps. Um, but Joey did too, and Joey had the better pit strategy and got on front. I don't think his car was better than Byron's, Bell's, or Blaney's, but he had the better pit strategy, and that's what ended up winning him out for his third championship, second in the last 3 years, and three in a row for Penske. Logano, Blaney, Logano the last 3 years. So Penske on fire in NASCAR, three championships in a
well, we
row.
don't talk enough about him. We're always talking about JGR and Hendrick.
Yep. Yeah. And Penske is just, and they've always been there. I mean, solid, strong team, and they got two really good drivers. So Penske will continue to be there. Their drivers just went 1-2. So, yeah, I mean, they're gonna continue to be strong and be contenders over the last or over the next couple of years. But yeah, Hendrick kind of fell off towards the end of the year. Larson wasn't as strong. Elliott had some decent cars. Byron had some good cars, but yeah, after the whole Bowman incident, it seems like they kind of fell off a cliff, which, funny enough, put Joey Logano into the play or got him into the next round, I think of 8 at the time, and got him, another title, his third title. So good for Joey, good for Team Penske. Wish Blaney would have won it, but that's okay. None of us had Joey Logano in our top 4 at all. So we did really good there. So no titles for outside of that. So only one, and it goes to Gray. NASCAR
Yeah,
season's done until February. Well, I think, yeah, technically the Clash is February 8th, but
yeah, the
Daytona, I
9th or 8th, and
think
Daytona's the
Daytona is the
16th.
16th, I want to say.
Correct.
So yeah,
And
we got three months off of NASCAR. Too bad.
hey, Jeremy, did you watch NASCAR at all back in the day in the Winston Cup days?
Never. No.
So here, so just to kind of give you a perspective, so points were a little different. You could get like 180 points most during a race, and that was kind of the most you would get, and it would taper off from there. So if the points were the same as the Winston Cup, your champion this year, Joey Logano, would have finished 11th.
Oh, wow.
Ryan Blaney would have finished 6th. Larson, who was in the top 4, would have finished, or no, he wasn't. Not Larson. Reddick was 3rd or 4th, and Byron was 2nd. Christopher Bell would have been the champion, and he would have beat Chase Elliott by 5 points.
So which do you think is harder to win a championship then? With the old system or this new system?
It depends. Like perspective. If you fall behind in the old system, you're done. Like
Yeah.
you'll be out
Okay.
of it immediately. In the new system, it's harder to be at the top and stay there. Like Larson,
hmm
perfect example. Larson had 6 wins, dominated the year, wasn't even in the race for the championship.
hmm hmm
So they need to, I like how they do it, but they need to have something for like the regular season winner. Like should automatically be in the final. Something.
I don't
Yeah.
like that. I don't like that. Not automatically be there, but yeah, they should have some sort of advantage. I agree with that. I don't think it should push them right to there. I like the format. I think it's harder to win in this format because again, it's it's NASCAR, right? In the Winston Cup, throughout the year, you can win 3, 4 races. You can finish top 10 all the time, and you'll be there, right? You'll be there. In this, like you have to do well and perform in these playoff races where it's important.
Right.
And again, I
But
got
my problem is they don't switch up the playoffs enough. We always end in Phoenix. Stupid.
that I agree with. That I think NASCAR and I understand, right? They're
Fucking make
finishing
Daytona the championship race.
right. They're finishing in November, so it's not like you can race at Michigan.
Right. 100%.
But with that being said, yeah, you can do Texas, Atlanta, Daytona. There's other races we can do to end the year instead of
Fuck, do a road course. Do
Phoenix.
Sonoma. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think there's other options that they can do, and they need to switch it up. I saw NASCAR saying they're going to look into it, look into the playoffs in the offseason and might change something. Um,
This is what kills me. There were 36 races. Denny Hamlin was in the top 10 13 times. 13. A
mhm.
third of the time. Christopher Bell was there 23 times. Christopher Bell had more top 5s, 15, than Logano did top 10s.
Yep.
Just crazy.
Yeah, it seemed like Bell had an amazing season just from
But
DraftKings
Logano did win
perspective.
4 races.
Right, and that's
hmm
that's that's the problem. That's the problem with the old. That's why they went away from the old. That's why they went away from the Winston Cup because how many times they go to the last race or the last 2 races and someone already had it wrapped up? Didn't fucking matter. I mean, that's the problem, right? At least
Yeah.
this brings entertainment. You guys are still racing for something. I mean, back in the day, Jeff Gordon was up, 130 points. You can only get 50 to win a race going into the last 2 races. He didn't have to do shit. So nobody
Well,
cared. You're not going to get good.
but they got 180 back then.
But this one, I mean, my point being is that there was a lot of times back in the day where guys would be
Oh, it
doing
was done.
people no, that's
Yeah, it
nobody
wouldn't matter.
cared. That's
Yeah.
100% why they switched. I mean, Jesus Christ, one of those years Matt Kenseth had like what 28 top tens with 0 wins and won a championship. And the guys
Yep.
had 6 wins but had 4 DNFs and lost to Matt Kenseth, who didn't win a race all year. So yeah, you got to do something. You have to maybe wins should get more points. If you want to change it up in a certain way and go back to more of a point format. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, they have the stage points now for playoffs, and then wins count for the playoffs too. But it's only what, like 5 points?
right. I mean, well, you can win the winner. Like I think now winner gets 50 points
Uh,
and second place gets like 45. There's only a 5 point difference from winning to second, so it's not really that much. And there's
but
more.
you get playoff points though too, like extra playoff points for a win.
Yeah, but look how that turned out for Larson. Didn't matter. Larson had the
Yeah.
most playoff points, and he barely made it out of the second round.
Yep.
My only complaint that I sort of like it, but from an outsider's perspective, I like how each week it's what, like 3 or 4 races, and then they cut
Yeah.
people. So
Yep.
why is it the very, when they get to 4, why is it just one race? Why not 3 or 4 more? Sort of like every other sport
Yeah,
almost
I
has
see
a
what you're saying,
best
like a
of 7
best of
series
series.
or, yeah. So I just
But I
wonder
mean, you look
why.
at You look at football, it's one game. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
that one is just one.
But my problem, same and Bear and I have the same problem is, it used to be Miami was the championship race all the time. Now it's been Phoenix for how many years?
Yeah, probably
And
the
it's
last
like,
8,
Yeah, so who's
yeah,
ever
and
good at
it's
Phoenix?
terrible.
They have the advantage there.
which
And
is
the cars are,
again same 5
and
drivers.
and
Yeah.
these cars are okay. They're still boring. Like the Xfinity setups are a lot better. Um, so it just makes it tough, you know.
Yeah, it's and again, I think and it was a semi-entertaining race, but guys got out to such big leads and then they would bring them in, but I mean, most of the time you're watching a guy with a 10-second lead and then get brought in because his tires start to wear and someone pitted. Like there is strategy and I get it. Um, but eh, yeah, I think the track change up is more of what's needed. I mean, hell, you get some
Hmm.
race at Charlotte in November, dude. Like we could make Charlotte the last race. It's still 60 degrees in Charlotte, North Carolina in the first week in November. So you can make, I mean, hell, they race Martinsville in late October, right? So yeah, I mean, I think they can definitely change some things up, move some stuff around. That is what they should discuss. I like the format. I think it's fine the way it is. Most of the time, you get your best 4 drivers from the last few
Hmm.
years. You get your best 4 drivers. This year, I think they got 3 of the best 4 drivers, 2 of the best. I would say Blaney and Byron, and then you throw Larson and Bell in there. That would have been my 4 of the best 4 drivers
Hmm.
this year, right?
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, and Reddick had a good year too, so I'm kicking
Hmm.
out Reddick, but I mean, hell, Reddick. I think didn't Reddick win the regular season points? Not
Yep.
win, not that, but I think he got the regular season points title, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So,
And all I know is I got to get my SVG shit for next year. So like next year's teams, this is how they look so far. Obviously, you got at Hendrick, you got Larson Elliott, and I'm doing Chevys first. Larson Elliott, Byron Bowman, JTG Doherty, still Stenhouse in the 47, Paulig Grayson, Tyler Dillon in the 10, AJ Allmendinger in the 16, Richard Childress, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch. Spire Motorsports has 3 cars. Justin Haley in the 7, Michael McDowell in the 71, and Carson Hocevar in the 77. Talk about a guy that quietly is really good.
yep,
Carson Hocevar.
Pretty much won me DraftKings this week. Staying steady. Yeah, Hocevar
Yeah,
had a really good
he
underrated
had a great
season.
year. Yes, he did. Ross Chastain in the 1, uh, SVG Shane Van Gisbergen in the 88, so Junior's old
Mhm.
car. Daniel Suarez in the 99 for Trackhouse, and then in the Haas Racing or Haas Factory team, Cole Custer in the 41. RFK Racing, Brad Keselowski in the 6, Boucher in the 17, Rick Ware. Nobody announced yet, but they have the 15 and the 51.
Mhm.
Pen- Penske, remember they have 3 drivers, Cindric, Blaney, and Logano. Um, Cindric's not bad, but he's not Blaney or Logano. Woods Brothers, the 21, Josh Berry. Joe Gibbs, the 11 of Denny, 19 of Chase Briscoe, 20 of Christopher Bell, and the 54 of Ty Gibbs. So obviously Chase Briscoe's taking over for Truex. And Legacy Motor Club, John Hunter Nemechek in the 42, Eric Jones in the 43. Non-chartered teams, the Ford Front Row Motorsports, 38, Todd Gilliland, and then Noah Gragson. He doesn't have a car number yet, and then there's another driver, TBA, in a
Hopefully pick
different car.
69. Be a
Yep.
smart number.
And then they have limited schedule drivers. So Live Fast Motorsports, BJ McLeod in the 78, Team Amerivet, the number 50, nobody's in it. Legacy Motor Club 84, Jimmy Johnson, and then Martin Truex. He's going to race one race. I don't know which car though. And then 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace in the 23, Tyler Reddick in the 45, and another driver to be announced.
Well, maybe they're going through some
Maybe.
legal shit right now, so we will see about that. I've seen Hamlin and Jordan in court going through legal stuff for their third charter. So,
So I'm interested to see who Denny Hamlin's sponsor is going to be since FedEx is done.
yeah, I don't know who his secondary sponsor is that. Well, it's like that light green car or teal car, but I can't remember who
But
the
it's just going to be weird,
sponsor is.
not seeing him in the FedEx car.
I mean, these guys, I know, I mean, and yeah, that's a majority of his races, but these guys switch sponsors and cars so damn much anymore that it's not like the old days where everyone had the same paint scheme every week, you know. A lot of these guys are different most weeks. Like it's already confusing enough to have two damn monster cars out there, one being 45, one being 54. You can barely tell who's who, especially when they
Right.
run the same damn paint scheme each week. It's like, really?
So again,
Um,
for somebody who doesn't follow the sport too closely, I have a question here. Martin Truex, like I think he's still like better than 50% of the drivers. So why is he retiring?
he's older. He just wants to be done.
Just okay, so it's like a just his he's not
I
being
mean,
pushed out or anything.
no, no, he's
Okay.
he's legitimately when they get in their late 30s, they pretty much start going away. Like Harvick was what, 40 something when
40,
he retired?
45, I think. He was one of the older ones. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think everything that
Truex Jr.'s 44.
Because he
So
still
he's an
seems
older
to be
driver.
pretty good though. I
Oh,
mean,
he is. He absolutely is.
he is, but he's lost something this year. You can just tell. Maybe it's because he just knows he's there. I
hmm
just feel like he just doesn't have the passion for it. I feel like he just
yeah.
didn't care. Just seeing him race because Truex had I don't know how many times he won a pole and was fastest in practice, and then would finish like 13th. And it's like, dude,
hmm
3 years ago you were dominating the circuit when you did this. So, and I think a lot with his personal life and his longtime girlfriend dying of cancer and all that. I think
Oh, that's horrible.
probably pushed some of that. I think he has a new lady, but he's probably like that was my life. I'm done with
hmm
the deal. And he's still gonna race. He'll
That
still
make
race the big races.
yeah, that makes sense.
But
But
yeah, when Haas closed, they had two charters. 2311 Front Row and Trackhouse entered agreements to purchase the charters. Obviously they got to get approved by NASCAR. Um, but Trackhouse already has the three teams. So, they're already done. But it looks like, I think, um, Front Row has another. They purchased it. And then obviously 2311, but we got to see all this legal stuff. I know Andretti Global has shown interest in expanding into its operations into the Cup Series. So we'll see, maybe someday. Joseph Newgarden, two-time IndyCar champion, has shown
hmm
interest in driving in the Cup Series.
interesting.
That'd be good. And NASCAR is looking for a fourth premier partner for the Cup Series alongside Busch, Coke, and Xfinity because Geico is departing after this season. The season's done, so they're gone.
Okay.
Next year, we got 30 oval courses, 5 road courses, and the street race.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I like the schedule for next year. I think it's a good looking schedule.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. The Clash is actually February 2nd.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say something about that because I was like, it's got to be 2 weeks before, um, 2 weeks before because the Super Bowl is gonna be the 8th.
Yeah. MIS, well, let's see.
It's
MIS is
June.
June 8th. I'll be out of town,
Yep,
per usual.
June this year.
I think I'm out of town. Am I out of town? Barry, you got my schedule?
I do not have your schedule. I cannot help you if you are out of town or not, sir.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be out of town at that point. Let's see, June. Oh, I got it as tentative right now for somewhere in Iowa. So right now it's a tentative, but we'll see. Um, Coke 600 on the normal time. I know I'll be out of town then. Brickyard will be July 27th. I'll be in South Carolina. Hmm.
Yeah, just I mean, again, yeah, I mean, a little bit of a schedule change. You have your Mexico City race this year, which will be great for Suarez, but everything else really is rather similar. Your playoffs, Darlington, WWTR moves in there, which is good, and then Bristol. But I mean, again, you're on mile and a third or mile and two thirds, mile, half mile. Like you have three small tracks. And then what do we have? New Hampshire, Kansas, Charlotte, Roval. Okay, so then you have another another mile and a half, and then a road course. And then you
Yeah.
got Vegas, Talladega, Martinsville. Okay, then Phoenix. It's like There's just no creativity.
All I care is Daytona went back to the race before the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like having I loved having Watkins Glen in the first three races, the round of 16. Just is that wild card. SVG gets in because he wins a race. Guess what? He ain't winning at Darlington, WWTR, and Bristol. But if you threw Watkins Glen in there, who knows?
But if he can get to that second round, he can get him a Roval win.
Yes, he sure can, and that'd be the last race. It'd be a clutch win, but yeah, it's
And he could pull something off in Talladega, so you never know. Just got to get through that round one.
exactly.
But you know he's going to be in the playoffs. You know he's winning a road course race.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you have, let's see, so you got
He's
Circuit of the
got
Americas, March 2nd. You have
Autodromo
the
Hermanos
Mexico, yep,
Rodriguez.
Mexico City race. You have Chicago and Sonoma, back-to-back weeks. He could have 4 wins easily. And then Watkins Glen, he's not going to win all the road courses, but he could have 5 wins, going into it. I guarantee.
If he figured he did pretty decent on the ovals, but if he figures out the ovals, look out, people.
Yeah, he just doesn't qualify well in the ovals. Maybe it's the car. Maybe putting him in a track house car is going to change that.
Yeah, could very well could. We're gonna see how they're doing
Yeah.
the college football rankings now. Yeah, so I noticed that. So we're at Ohio State's actually second, but they end up being a fifth seed because Oregon's in the
Correct.
top four. Yep.
Yeah, I'm watching the Toledo game, so I don't have that on because the playoff standings mean absolutely jack shit on November 12th.
No,
That's why I think
what
it's
thing?
dumb. Why would you even have playoffs? Why would you even rank the playoffs when you don't even know who the fuck
Playoffs.
you don't even know who you're winning, who your champions are. It's
It's,
pointless.
it's a ratings draw.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's dumb. I won't watch it. It was fun when it was 4 because that is different. Not I don't care about 12. I give two shits about a playoff draw at 12. It's ridiculous. On
Well,
November
people.
on November 12th, when we still have 3 games left, we still have conference championships to play. These rankings mean nothing. They literally mean nothing. It's just to get people to argue and bitch and moan.
This one I don't think anybody cares about. But Colorado, man, they could get up there. Old Dion,
They got a shot.
Cowboys next coach.
Yeah, it's very possible as
Could
well.
happen, yeah.
I know Rex Ryan said it, and I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, he's not wrong. Somebody players would respect who brings a different energy. I'm like, yeah, he's not wrong.
As long as he brings in Travis Hunter and not his dumbass son, fine with me.
Yeah, right. That'd be fine with me too.
But could he
Um,
listen to Jerry Jones though? He'd have to be second fiddle to Jerry
oh,
Jones.
he would,
Yeah.
he'd be, it wouldn't work for you. You'd be like, fuck you, Jerry. And
Uh,
then he'd be out.
he'd play
Um,
if he played a Jimmy Johnson type role, I'd be fine with it. Just come in, win, and get pissed off and leave.
win a Super Bowl, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That
then we can all hate Jerry Jones even more, because like he let Jimmy go. But
no, he can't even put fucking curtains up, so who cares?
I know, fucking
Um,
terrible, dude.
yeah, college football last week. Good week for 2 of us, bad week for one of us.
I
That
think I'm the one of us.
that would be the one of you, the guy that had the good week last week. So I guess we're just flip-flopping every single week.
Oh
Um,
God.
I
Oh,
go 7-5. Gray goes 3-9. Jeremy's 7-4. 7-4 because I don't quite think we switched it up on you last week and put Alabama in there, Jeremy. So we know you weren't ready for that. So that's our bad. Um, so update.
Jeremy's always on. But hold on, Jeremy's always honest about this. Jeremy,
Yeah.
it was Bama -3 at LSU. Who would you have taken?
Didn't
I
I?
know you're always
I didn't
honest about
submit
it.
that one.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Oh no, you didn't because they're a number 11.
Yeah,
They're not a top 10 team.
Oh. I see.
we wanted to put the game in because it was 11 and
But
14.
I know you're always honest about this, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, yeah, you did ask me, Gray.
Oh, did I? Oh, you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
Bama. He did.
yeah.
Sorry, Bear. He did say Bama. It is right
Oh,
here.
There we go. So
Yeah, I
let
seem to
me.
remember that one.
All right. So Jeremy is 8-4, not 7-4. And oh, that brings you over that puts you over the 500 mark. All right. Updated
Oh.
standings. Myself at 58-62, Dub at 24-22, Gray at 57-63, Cody 12-21, Parrot 24-33, and Jeremy 60-59, the only one over 500. Oregon wins, does not cover against Maryland. We all got that wrong. Ole Miss beats Georgia outright. Jeremy, the only one that had that. Ohio State stops Purdue. Georgia Tech upsets Miami. They've been playing with fire too long. We knew this was coming. Well, some of us knew this was coming. One of us did not. Tried to say it. No one listens to Ryan. Uh, Texas. I think they ended up beating Florida by like 19, so they just missed the cover. Penn State stomped Washington. Tennessee beat Mississippi State by like 21. They just missed the cover. Michigan covers against Indiana in a sloppy sort of game. I should have just stuck with my gut and picked them because Indiana hasn't played anyone, and they certainly look like it. But they did win. They won by 5. I'm sorry, Utah should have beat BYU. My bad. They blew a 10, 12 point lead in the last, I don't know, quarter, I think, and ended up losing to BYU on a last second field goal, but they covered. Bama crushed LSU, eliminated from the playoffs. Central Michigan covered against BG, and Notre Dame smoked Florida State. Updated, I already went over updated standings, so we will go into this week, week 12 of the NCAA. Number one, Oregon is a 14.5 point favorite at Camp Randall and Wisconsin. Um, Tough place to play, especially at night. It's going to be cold. I think Oregon wins by 10. Wisconsin covers.
Oregon.
At
Oregon,
Oregon.
I should say.
Yeah, I like Oregon to barely cover.
Number two, Ohio State is a 29.5 point favorite versus Northwestern at Wrigley Field. Jeremy,
I'm gonna lean with Northwestern here.
correct?
Fuck the Cubs and Northwestern.
Yeah,
Never heard that uttered before.
I have a rough feeling that Ohio State will probably win by like 28, and I'm going to lose this on a last minute Northwestern hit
Yeah.
field goal or something. But I'm hoping they miss the field goal and it's windy. So I say Ohio State wins by 31 here. Like, yeah, I'm not sure Northwestern's going to score. But it should be a ground and pound sort of game from the Buckeyes. Number three, Texas is a 13.5 point favorite at Arkansas. And I'm going Texas here. I know Arkansas has been playing tough, but it seems like a low number. I think Texas is still a pretty darn good team.
Yeah, Texas.
Texas for me as well.
Number four, Penn State is a 28.5 point favorite at Purdue, Jeremy.
This one's tough. I'm gonna go with Penn State.
Right.
Penn State. Purdue's trash.
Yeah, they're not good. Penn State loves to beat up on bad teams, so I think they'll cover here. Number five, Indiana is on a bye week this week before their matchup with Ohio State. Will be another, well, should be another top five matchup for Ohio State and Indiana, pending Ohio State doesn't lose to Northwestern. By the way, if you've been paying attention, that's 4 Big Ten teams in the top five. Number six, Tennessee is a 10 point dog at number 11, Georgia. This has our first push of the year written all over it. I think Georgia wins by 10, but I'm going to take Tennessee here just in case they go for 2 or some crazy shit.
Yeah, Tennessee in the 10.
I think Georgia is right now not in the playoffs, so I think they're gonna go out and take their anger out on Tennessee.
See,
All right.
Bear, this is wild real quick. I'm watching this. Because I was interested in how it would line up with the conferences. Um, Bama or Indiana is fifth, in the rankings, but they'd have to be the 7 seed.
Yep.
Penn State's 4, they'd have to be the 6. So
Yep.
Indiana would play Bama and Ole Miss would play Penn State. My God.
Yeah, I don't think Indiana wants to see any of that.
No.
I don't think so. Uh, Number 7, BYU is a 3-point favorite at home against Kansas. Jeremy.
I like BYU. Keep it going.
Gray.
Yeah, give me the Mormons.
Yep, I'm gonna stick with that as well. I know Kansas just beat Iowa State, and that was the same thing. It was like a 2.5 point spread. They're doing the same thing here, but Kansas is traveling. They're not at home this time, so we'll go BYU. Even though I do still think they're overrated. And number 8, Notre Dame is a 23-point favorite at home against Virginia. I'm going to go with Notre Dame here. They've been rolling. Virginia is an okay team, but I think Notre Dame should continue to roll.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame for me as well.
Number 9, Alabama has a tough game this week. They're at home against Mercer. No line on the game, so the old 50-point one is what we're doing. Jeremy.
That's nuts. Playing Mercer. I think Bama's gonna cover.
All right. Great.
Bama.
I wanted to make fun of Bama for playing Mercer, and then I looked it up, and Mercer's like 9-1 in D2, so they can put up a touchdown. 56-7 Bama. Mercer covers.
They're 9-1.
Yep.
Yeah, man, give me Mercer. Fuck it. Thought they'd be trash.
No, they're normally they are. I think the last few years they've been like 1-8, 2-8, something. But yeah, I looked, they're 9-1. I was rather impressed.
So
Um,
how is Boise in at 13, but they're the 12 seed? I don't get it.
aren't they?
Because they're the head
Um,
of the Mountain West.
I
Because
think
Power
so.
Fives get in.
Yep, they'd be the
That would
last
be
Power
why.
Five. Games that are going on right now, I already put mine in. Toledo is a 14.5-point favorite against Central Michigan. I picked Central Michigan
Uh, uh, one of these games on?
right now.
Oh, well, I always pick the Rockets, so go Rockets.
UT and Jeremy.
I have no idea what the score is, but Central Michigan.
Toledo is up 27-3.
All right, Toledo. Toledo.
Ah,
No.
And I again picked this. I actually don't know this score off the top of my head right now, but BG is playing at home against Western Michigan, and they're a 9-point favorite. I have taken Western Michigan earlier today. Jeremy.
I will go with Bowling Green.
Gray.
yeah, I'll go BG as well. I mean, I just, after they kicked the shit out of Toledo, fucking bastards.
And then our last one of the night, Michigan State is a 2.5-point dog at Illinois. Um, I find this odd. I don't Illinois have half their team out or something. I'm gonna go with Illinois here.
I don't get it. Tickets are $10 though. I mean, Illinois, they've Oregon kicked their shit in. They lost to Minnesota 25-17. Um, God, fuck it, dude. Give me Sparty.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Illinois.
I think the Sparty alum has some inside information that we don't know about, Jeremy.
I have no idea. No,
I think so.
I was hell bent on Illinois, but at this point, I don't care. Maybe I got to switch it up and pick them so I can get to 500 someday.
There you go. Coming out
Oh,
of
good.
half.
Tennessee, 7 straight losses to Georgia by 14 points.
You want to change your pick? We're still in it.
Ah, fuck Georgia.
All right, Tennessee. By the way, BG's up 17-7 coming out of halftime, so they are at the moment close.
Nice.
All righty then. That was the NCAA for this week. Should be some good games. NFL last week, mediocre week for all of us. 9-5 for myself and Gray, 7-7 for Jeremy. Leaves our updated standings at myself 101 and 51, Gray 97 and 55, Jeremy 95 and 57, Dub 34 and 30, Cody 25 and 23, Parrot 38 and 24. Ravens beat the Bengals on Thursday night in a thriller, a great game. Jamar Chase went off 3 tutties. Bengals had a chance at the end, went for two, and did not get it. Lost to the Ravens. Giants lose to the Panthers in Germany. Actually, in a half decent game, so I don't feel total bad for the German fans. But Panthers look half decent. Bears beat. I'm sorry, Bears lose to the Patriots. Get smoked by the Patriots, 19-3. Bears offensive coordinator got fired today. Bills beat the Colts. Chiefs beat the Broncos. Broncos should have won. Chiefs blocked a last second 35-yard field goal to win 16-14. Falcons lose to the Saints. Niners beat the Bucks. Sorry, Jeremy. I thought Baker had it there for you. He came back and I thought at least they would get to overtime. But
They hung in there.
yeah, after they kicked the field goal, I was like, oh, they're going to overtime for sure. And the Niners got down the field somehow.
Yeah, yeah,
Kicked that field goal that Moody was like 3 of 6 on the day or whatever.
yeah.
So rough.
Debo would have really roughed him up if he missed that one.
Yes, he would have. He would have taken the whole special teams down for that. Steelers beat the Commanders in a very good game, probably game of the week, honestly. 28-27. Um, 4th and 1. Russ gets the Commanders to jump off sides and seal the game right there. So Steelers win by 1. Jeremy, the only one on the Steelers. Vikings beat the Jags in an ugly game. Vikings 12 points, all field goals. Chargers beat the Titans rather convincingly. Eagles destroy the Cowboys. Cardinals destroy the Jets. They didn't beat the Jets, they destroyed the Jets. Lions huge comeback win on Sunday night with a 5 interception performance from Jared Goff and still beat the Texans. And the Rams lose to the Dolphins in a blah Monday night game. So, into week 11 for the NFL. Thursday night should be a very good game. Top 2 teams in the NFC East. Commanders at Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles here. I'd go with the home team either way. If the Commanders are at home, I'd take them. Eagles are at home, so I'm taking them.
This is an important game for my fantasy football team. I need a lot of touchdowns because I just lost this week because they didn't do shit.
It's a very important game because if you beat me, I'm fire selling my team. So I'm done. I
Oh, do
quit.
I
I
play
give
you
up.
this week?
Yep, sure do.
Neat.
After getting 52 points from Jamar Chase and losing because I thought Calvin Ridley and the Titans played at 425 and I didn't switch him out for Tank Dell in time because I thought he was going to be out. And I looked at 415 and saw that the Titans and Chargers kicked off at 405 and I was very angry. So, yeah, lost me the game because I didn't know when people played. It is what it is. We move on. But if I lose this week, yeah, I already got a deal for Chase on the board that he will be gone. So
That's pretty nice.
we gonna
Aren't you
see.
the 6th seed right now?
I am, yes. The league's weird. It's top heavy, bottom heavy, and then me. It's very strange. Like it's 7-3. The top 5 teams are 7-3 or better. The bottom 6 teams are 4-6 or worse, and I'm 5-5. I'm just right there. But I don't have a lot of points, so I will get passed up by all these 4-6 guys if I can't win. So instead, I'll just go for next year. Half the people don't even start their team in the league, so I ain't wearing a dress regardless. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, because I think these 7-3 teams are pretty much locked.
Yeah, with the way the rest of the league is, no doubt. No doubt. And it stinks because I feel like I have a good team. It's just they can't put together weeks. Well, I
You
just
do.
can't
I,
put
I was really
together.
hoping
I
for a
can't put together
championship.
weeks. Still possible. We'll see. I gotta beat you this week though. But if I don't, I'm about done with giving a shit. So Commanders Eagles, sir.
Eagles.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Eagles should be a great game though.
Yep,
I
agreed.
agree.
Oh shit, I got a
Who
lot of bye weeks this week, Bear. Shit.
might not pit might
My whole
not
team's on a
piss off.
fucking bye.
Good. Might not piss off Al Michaels this week.
Yeah.
Think he's been think he's
I
been
like
bored with these games.
I like
So
when he's irritated though. It's mixed for good
oh,
entertainment.
there's nothing better when it's a terrible game and
Yeah.
so mad, and then he starts just talking about the spread or the over under. I love
Yeah.
favorites. Packers at Bears, Jeremy.
Boy, almost a must win here for the Bears, but in Chicago,
Hmm.
Damn, I need to pick up
Packers
another wideout.
Packers own them though, so I'm gonna stick with the Packers, but I wouldn't be shocked of an upset.
All right.
Oh,
Great.
Packers. Bears suck.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think firing an offensive coordinator is going to change that offense. So Packers for me as well. Jags at Lions. I'll just spread it across the board unless someone's get feeling frisky.
Yeah, Lions.
Vikings at Titans, Jeremy.
I'm still not impressed by the Vikings. I really am not, but Tennessee's just really bad. So Minnesota.
Great.
Vikings.
Figured so. I was gonna write it across the board, but you never know. Titans show signs here and there, but yeah, the Vikings have looked just god awful bad the last few weeks. But they're playing terrible teams, so
Right?
Titans. Raiders at Dolphins. Um, Raiders are still not good. Dolphins are not that good, but they're better than the Raiders. Dolphins for me.
Fins.
Dolphins slowly making their climb here. Going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, if only the Cowboys would do that for you, Jeremy.
I
Maybe
know.
Super Bowl pick would
Oh
come your
man.
way.
Uh,
Rams at Patriots.
I got to go with the Rams as a bounce back game.
Okay.
Rams.
Yeah, I do think the Rams should and will win, but short week, flying across country to play in New England, and they're a 5-point dog. I'm all over Patriots +5. Pats keep this close. Would not be shocked if they win. They're not that bad of a team. Drake
Hmm.
can play. Their defense is decent, but I'm telling you, those short week, whoever scheduled for the NFL doesn't like the Rams, clearly. You get a short week and have to travel across country. It's not like you're going up to Seattle or something. So it's tough. That's tough. Um, this is probably my favorite game of the week because it's the revenge game of all revenge games. I was hoping this would happen. Browns at Saints. Jameis coming back home. I mean, you know he's going to come in fired up, right? He has to. He's playing back where they let him go. With that being said, the Browns still aren't good, so I'm going Saints. He should throw a pick six to lose the game. That'd be on
They come.
brand.
They coming off a bye.
The Browns are, yes. Saints
Yeah.
Yeah.
beat the Falcons last week.
Oh yeah. Where's that? New Orleans. Yeah, give me the Saints.
Yeah. That new coach, his the players loved him, man. They picked him up. They were all pumped.
Like even though Winston throws a lot of interceptions, like the year he threw 30 in Tampa, I think they won like 8 games that year. So I mean he's a 500 quarterback, so he got his one bad game out of the way. I think he'll be good this week, then bad next week again. So
Oh,
yeah,
so you're going to
Browns.
defend him, but yeah, Baker.
Browns.
Okay.
Baker's similar, really. I mean, he's below 500 for his career, but they're similar.
Colts at Jets.
Oh boy, both teams going in the wrong direction. It's in New York. Colts struggle on the road. I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Great.
Pick a tie.
Uh,
I don't. The Jets got to do something, right? God, they're bad.
I don't know.
The Colts aren't good either. So I'll take the Jets.
Yeah, this is such a weird game. I just feel like the Jets, like, I mean, they just absolutely got obliterated by the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are a good team. Don't get me wrong. Cardinals are not,
Mm,
but I thought they'd put up a fight and they didn't. Rodgers looks like ass. Everyone looks like ass. The Colts just dogfight teams, and I just think they have more of a will. I don't like it because they're in New York, but I think the Colts just need to not let Flacco air it out and just give Taylor the ball 25 times.
Hmm.
Just let him run on the Jets, which I think he can do. So I think the Colts are going to win in a dogfight here, like 17-12 or some gross score like that.
The Colts have more to play for, so I mean, they're right in the hunt here of the playoff chase.
Yes, they are. No doubt about that. Um, Game 1B of the week, truly. Ravens at Steelers. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a banger of a game. But Ravens, they're my Super Bowl team, so I'm gonna pick them here to beat Pittsburgh. That Ravens as well, there, head nodder.
I hate it, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on paper the Ravens are a much better team, but I don't know. The Steelers just seem to keep winning, but I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
All right. Ravens across the board. Sneaky good game this week.
I should have made that goddamn bet with Bear at the beginning of the year.
I
Well,
know you should have.
you should have. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're both right. Fields and Russell are both winning. So
Yep.
we're not wrong yet. I do find it funny though that the Bears fans are finally apologizing to Justin Fields that it wasn't his
Exactly.
fault, as they
Hmm.
should.
Yep.
We're sorry. We
Um,
realize it's not you. No shit.
yeah. Again, sneaky good game this week. Falcons at Broncos. Jeremy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Boy, it's I hate picking against Denver when they're home. I'm gonna go with Denver.
All right. Gray.
So you remember um back in oh gosh, what year was that? The Simpsons. You ever watched oh well, we've all watched Simpsons. So back when Homer worked for Globex Corporation, which was Hank Scorpio, and at the end of it, he couldn't go with Hank Scorpio to take over the world, you know. So he's like, I'm sorry, he loves the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I'm sorry I can't get you the Cowboys, but I hope you enjoy your gift. And he looks up, oh, the Denver Broncos. That's my tickers.
All right. I thought I'd be the only one on the Broncos here, but yeah, we swept it across the board.
Oh man, Bo's good, bro.
I like Bo Nix. And I agree, it's tough picking against Denver, especially with a Falcons team that just had a gross loss to the Saints they shouldn't have lost. And Kirk Cousins outside is So yeah, I think the Broncos are going to come after him and get a few sacks, and I think Nick's is going to run on that Falcons defense. Seahawks at 49ers. Gotta go with the Niners here. They still didn't look that good last week. Even with McCaffrey back. I know they got to kind of work him into it, but I do think that they should beat the Niners here. I'm sorry, beat the Seahawks here, even the Seahawks coming off of a bye. So I'll go Niners at home, but they still don't look that great.
Agreed. Niners.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Niners as well.
Also, as Jeremy said, pending Debo doesn't choke out half his special teams group.
Right.
Probably the game of the week, game 1A, off of my 1B of Ravens Steelers, Chiefs at Bills. Jeremy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a game.
They've
Uh,
only, they've only played good games the last five
yeah,
or six times they've met. I mean, one possession, overtime, just great games.
yeah. I think the Bills want it more. They have a lot more to prove, but I can't pick against the Chiefs until they lose a game. So going with Kansas City.
Gray,
You know my answer.
you're the same way. I'm not. This is their first loss. Kansas City realistically probably be 5-4. Um,
Yeah.
the Bills also haven't played that many good teams either, so we're gonna really
Hmm.
find something out this week. But in Buffalo, yeah, those Bills fans are gonna come crazy. Bills Mafia is gonna show up, and I think that Allen outduels Mahomes, but I think Mahomes will get him back in the playoffs.
Yep,
Sunday
because he
night
always
football.
does.
Yes, he does. Sunday night football. We have Bengals at Chargers. Um, I like the route the Chargers have been on. They're playing at home, which it's not much of a home field advantage. Cincinnati just, God, their defense can't get it going. But out of all teams, you should be able to outscore. Potentially, it can be the Chargers. I'm going to go Cincinnati here. I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. I just have a gut feeling that they're going to stay hot this week, and they're going to eke one out against the Chargers.
So our resident bird, I
Oh.
was texting him on Thursday, and he's like, "Man, this is so nice. The defense looks great." The minute he said that, 4 touchdowns in a row.
Oh no.
I kid you not. I was like, "Damn, I should have remembered that he's bad luck, and I should have bet the Ravens right there." So disappointed. But this week, they're the best team at that record. They are,
They were
hands
the
down.
best team with a losing record, no doubt.
Yeah.
Hands down. They are tough. And the Ravens do not want to see them in the playoffs. But I'm going to take them this week. They got a shot to get there. AFC's not that great. I think they're in the playoffs right now, aren't? No, they're not. But I think the playoffs, the 7 seed is Denver right now.
Which is only one game ahead of them.
Hmm.
Only one game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cincinnati's got a, I don't want to say they're a shoo-in, but even through all their fuck ups, they can get in, no problem.
Yeah, and they have a favorable schedule as well. But on paper, this is sort of like the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. On paper, the Bengals to me have much more talent, but somehow the Chargers just keep winning. But yeah, I'm going with the Bengals in this one.
All right. And then the Monday night game, early bedtime for Ryan, Texans at Cowboys. Jeremy?
Yeah, I I still have faith in the Dolphins, but I might be throwing in the towel here on. I keep thinking Dallas can make a little win streak, but I'm done. I'm done with them.
Let's go 3-14, baby. Here we go.
Yep. Yep. Texans for me. Again, that's McCarthy not starting Trey Lance for whatever reason just doesn't make sense. Cooper,
Zero. Absolutely fucking zero.
I mean, Cooper Rush, he's again, he's a suitable backup quarterback, but he looked god awful against the Eagles in a game where the
Hmm.
defense held them up for a full half of football and then tired out because the Dallas Cowboys couldn't sustain a fucking drive. I mean, I feel so bad for the defense because they held up for so long, giving up 34 points.
Yeah.
It doesn't mirror what actually happened in that football game.
No, it
And I
does
want
not.
to see Lance play, but doesn't
He's
it tell you something like Shanahan makes any quarterback look good. And Lance, they didn't want him there. And then now he's not starting here, so he must look really bad in practice or something.
I
That's all I
just
can think of.
I just think that, and I think Gray has the exact same sentiment as me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that upper management and the coaches all have the same exact tendency. And that tendency is we're ignorant and we're not going to change our ways. And that's truly it. They're not
Hmm.
changing their ways. There's back to starting Cooper Rush. Like, who cares? The goal should
Hmm.
be right now is to lose out. So start Trey Lance and see what he can do. Maybe he can
Hmm.
hurt the team. You're not out of it.
Hmm. Hmm.
You're not out of it. But, you know, starting Cooper Rush it just doesn't make sense. Start Trey Lance, see what he can do. Maybe he can light a little fire under the offense. Who knows? But nope, back to Cooper Rush this week. So if they're starting Cooper Rush, I am off of the Dallas Cowboys. So Texans across the board for us. Um, Updated standings for our podcast league, OTL podcast. We have Rajika Brown, 104 and 48. King Ra, 23, 103 and 49. Hawk Tua, 103 and 48. Mamrika 13, 102 and 49. OTL Pod 102 and 50. Wilson 98 and 49. Jeremy the Tecmo Super Bowl 95 and 57. The winner 94 and 58. Empty Spiral 93 and 58. Bird Dog 12 and 4. And Gray's Plays 11 and 5.
Hell yeah, we are.
You
Dead last
make the
but first
playoffs
in
with
the
that record
votes.
though. You'd make the playoffs.
Yes, we would.
Maybe.
11-5. Yeah, we should. 11-5 should absolutely make it. So, um, Jeremy, I was trying to find some going backwards here. I'm I'm looking at Baker. So he was what 6-7 with the Browns, and 6-10, then 11-5, then 6-8. You get rid of him. Carolina just not good. 1-5, 1-3 in LA, 9-8 in Tampa, 4-6 this year. But he ain't the one losing the games. 28-10 last year, 24-9 this year. Like, come on. I mean, first year in Cleveland, he was 6-7, 27 tutties, 14 interceptions.
It's not bad.
I don't know, Jeremy.
He fall off? Or is he in shock with Baker's numbers?
No, I'm Winston's not the answer. That's what I was saying earlier. That's all to clarify. Just like
was
Baker
your
wasn't.
answer.
No, come on now. He was.
Hey,
not
how
the
much have
answer.
you guys paid Deshaun? Oh, twice as much as Baker in the same time frame? That's cool.
No.
That's a fact.
Well,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
have
but
paid him twice as much.
and we
And
would
how
have had
much-
the same
and
outcome.
how many picks did you give up? So your future's fucked? Yeah, I thought so.
Well, Dak's not working out great either.
We pay the guy. We didn't trade for him.
Yeah.
He didn't rape anybody either.
Well,
I shouldn't laugh at that.
He's raping the Cowboys, but
Well,
That's
it's
fine.
Jerry Jones. They're worth $10 billion, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just like everyone that's played for the Yankees over the last 20 years, too. What's the difference?
Hey man, why you got to bring the Yankees into this?
I-
What did
made
I
me-
do?
Made me feel better. I had to drag somebody down with me.
Thanks, bud.
I
I
think both of,
appreciate you. I'll
both
go.
of
I'll
our-
die on that hill with you.
both of our teams are going to be in a huge rebuild coming up, I think.
We ain't fucking rebuilding.
Sadly.
We got Dak for the next fucking 20 years.
Is that a good thing though?
No. Bear knows I like Dak. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I was never like, oh, Dak's the answer.
Dak
But-
is he's like Kirk Cousins. They're good. They're just not great.
He makes
Yeah.
some dumb decisions. But
Yeah,
what
I
pisses
think
me
with
off,
the team, I think with the teams they've had, Dak is just fine.
Yeah, yeah. Like he can win with talent
Exactly.
around him.
but the problem is, and always will be, and has been for the last 30 years, is Jerry Jones owns the team. And
Mhm.
he's the GM. He does everything. Derrick Henry wanted to be a cowboy. And what the fuck do you do? Like,
Mhm.
just fucking stupid. Oh, let's sign
Yeah.
Zeke. I love Zeke too. But Zeke, and then Dalvin Cook. I'm like, a little part of me had a glimmer of hope when we put Dalvin off the practice squad. And then I should
Yeah,
remember.
why?
And then I had to remember he didn't do shit. He was bad. He was worse than Zeke. And what made me sad was, oh yeah, the Jets didn't even want him. I should have
Yeah.
known better.
Yeah, the Jets aren't a great eye for talent either. Mike Williams goes to Pittsburgh and scores the bat.
Yeah. Yeah, Williams looked pretty good there too.
But it's weird because Tony Pollard really hadn't done shit in Tennessee.
He's done
He's done
pretty
okay,
good on my fantasy.
But he's
Look
not
at-
like
Look at his numbers. You're just because you see what Derrick Henry does. Pollard's like third in the AFC in rushing. He is not doing bad on a bad team, by the way.
that's true. He is on a
Mhm.
bad team.
hmm
I
So
think Tennessee has a better offensive line than Dallas, but I mean, you know what's coming. Make Will Levis throw the ball and beat you because he sucks.
Yeah. So what do you think of Parsons and his podcast? I
I
personally
I
wouldn't let
didn't
him
listen
do a
to the podcast.
It seems like every week he's saying stuff that you probably shouldn't be saying.
I mean,
He's speaking the truth, is what.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, but
but you don't want your superstar saying some of that
no.
shit.
I do. But he's not. But everyone takes what he says out of context. He didn't say. See,
He
again,
worked
everyone-
harder than Mike
Yeah.
McCarthy ever has. That's the quote.
Yes, exactly. That's the quote. What's the full sentence? For the team. What he's done for the team. It is 100% a fact. Zach Martin has done more for the Dallas Cowboys than Mike McCarthy ever will. That is not a fact. Is that not a fact?
But why even mention McCarthy's name though? Like, just keep his name out of there.
I don't know how it came up. Someone probably asked him a question and said that. My point being is that again, it's shit taken out of context. He's not wrong. Should he say it? Maybe not. Who cares? McCarthy's getting fired. It doesn't matter.
Well, he's
You're
not getting fired. He's just not getting renewed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. He won't be with the team next year. Nobody cares. And it's a 100% a fact. You're telling me the guy that had Aaron Rodgers for 7 years in his prime could only win one Super Bowl with him? He's terrible. He's a terrible,
Mm,
terrible coach. I was hoping when we got him, like, okay, he'll bring stability. It was never Mike McCarthy. It was always Dan Quinn. And that's being shown why the Dallas Cowboys are 3-6 and the Washington Commanders are 7-3. And they love playing for Dan Quinn. McCarthy doesn't do shit. He can't call plays. I mean, I didn't think I could see someone calling worse plays than Kellen Moore, but boy, he's up there. He's up there. He'll be
I
gone. Zimmer will be gone. They're going to clean house. As long as they keep Al Harris, they can get rid of every other motherfucker on that coaching staff.
Yeah, but Jerry, that's not in Jerry's mantra. So expect Mike McCarthy back because that's Jerry.
Oh, if Mike McCarthy's back next year, I will 100% not root for the Dallas Cowboys. That is a fact.
Oh, I got my Taylor Swift hoodie somewhere. That means I'm a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yankees, Celtics, Chiefs. Anyone else?
Well, the Penguins still suck.
Yeah, Penguins in '08. How about that?
Oh,
Do you guys want
Penguins
Deion
in
Sanders?
08. I'd take Deion in a minute.
I
Penguins in
want
'08
I
and
want a coach. I want a coach who
17,
is
19.
going. I want a coach who's going to coach. I want a
Hmm.
coach who puts a good staff around him. I don't want Mike McCarthy. I don't want Mike.
Would you, Belichick's going to be out there.
Yeah, I
Too
don't
old.
think. I don't think
Too
he'll
old, yeah.
go. I don't think he will. I
And you
wouldn't
got,
mind.
I don't think he's the answer either because he would want to be. If Jerry let him be the GM, sure, but he won't. So no.
No.
hmm
Personally, I'm a fan of guys that are up and coming.
hmm
So
hmm
I would
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. I'd
Oh yeah,
really
that'd
hope
be
they
a
give a
heck of
look
a
to.
guy.
Not a big Ben Johnson fan. I prefer the defensive coaches as the head coach, just because the offense guy wants to call plays and they have too much on their plate. So I think Aaron Glenn as defensive coordinator, you keep Al Harris as your secondaries coach, just like they have now. Um, Mike Vrabel. Mike
Yeah.
Vrabel's the coach's guy. You could bring him in. He's a culture changer. Guys like that. But like who's the dude in Houston, their offense coordinator, Bobby Slowick. Like a lot of people link him. It's like I don't like Bobby Slowick. Just not my gig. So short list, my first would be Glenn, then I'd say Vrabel,
Yeah.
then Dion. Probably somewhere in there. But also another guy who I'd love to be the Cowboys head coach will never happen, Brian Flores. Dude, just under the radar,
hmm
pissed out, got a bad deal in Miami, and then they kicked him out after winning. So I'd love Brian Flores to come. I mean, he's still a young, defensive minded guy. And he made Miami into winners with a bunch of nobodies. So come
Yeah.
on, before Tyreek Hill, before them. So I think that would be my short list, but my short list means nothing to a ignorant old billionaire man
It's
who
gonna
just cares
be
about filling seats, don't care about who's in them.
it's gonna be interesting.
They're going to be not good for a while. I have no faith in Dallas anymore.
Well, they got the rest of this year, so
Yeah,
there'll be nothing.
I have no faith in them, but I mean, I'll root for the. I like seeing I think Mahomes is the shit, and like you heard me last year in the playoffs, not betting against the Chiefs. Never did. This year will be the same. I don't know what it is. And then somehow they always get these weapons. Like he was like, how the hell does DeAndre Hopkins go there? How
Because
did
they
they
have
get
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy in the
because Clark
draft?
because Clark Hunt is a fantastic owner and GM. He knows what he's
Yeah,
doing. He's not dumb.
right.
Yeah.
And
And he's
you got
open
all
to
that,
he's open to change and he's open to doing things different instead of not something that he
and
did
giving
once
people a
30
second
years ago.
chance. Gave Juju a
hmm
chance. Gave Kareem Hunt a second chance.
How is it though? For 2 years, Kareem Hunt was out of the league. That makes no sense to me. Makes no sense.
When you beat someone up, I mean that kind of does it for you.
No, but he came back and was really good for the Browns, and then
Yeah, that was
Then
way
we
that
didn't
was
re-sign him last year, but then we brought him back. But and then
that
no
was
one
really
re-signed him this
long.
year. I don't know. He's such a good player.
He always was.
Yeah.
Zeke was the better option for Dallas.
Yeah.
Could have had Derrick Henry. Let's get Zeke.
You just have me at running back. It's the same thing.
Hmm.
Same exact
Terrible.
thing. But yep,
Damn Cowboys.
that's Cowboys. How it'll be until they decide to look themselves in the mirror and change their ways.
Nice quote there. I like that. Michael Jackson. Thank you.
Hmm.
Um, but it ain't happening. So the let's talk about we got a couple things this weekend. A couple big fights this weekend.
Yeah.
Friday night on Netflix, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Jake Paul is a minus 200 favorite. Tyson plus 200 to win, plus 300 by knockout. I'm like, I need to parlay that into a plus 500. Um, more than that though on a parlay. Probably be plus 650, right?
Yeah, it'd be something like that if they let you do it.
I'm gonna
They
see if
probably
they're
already
gonna
have
let
a
me.
built. They probably already have a built-in one. Would be my guess.
Why do you think? I mean, it's a sanctioned fight. What did they say? Jake Paul's getting 40 million guaranteed. Tyson's getting 20 million guaranteed,
I think so. Yeah. I see.
which
There's a
is
lot of tickets still for sale in old Jerry's world for that. So.
well. I mean, there's a lot of spots for that too.
Hmm.
Rockets are up 34 to 3 by the way, and Bowling Green up 31-17.
Yep. But yeah, no, I mean it should be a good fight. Again, it's going to come out, and actually, I was listening to Bruce's podcast today, which now is done by John Bradshaw Layfield because Bruce has, I guess, he took a leave of absence for health issues from WWE and all that.
Oh, really?
So it's Conrad and John Bradshaw Layfield, which is awesome. It's
Is it
fantastic.
really?
You should listen to it. John Bradshaw Layfield's he's great, great talker.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, him and Joe Briscoe had a podcast that was pretty good to listen to.
yeah, and I didn't even know that they had that until they mentioned it today, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. I
Hmm.
did not even realize that." But yeah, really good. And he was talking about, he's talking about fighters and boxers, and he says you're going to be able to tell really fast how the fight's going to go or if the fight's a work or not. He goes, if Tyson comes out and gives Paul a couple body shots right off the rip, like any good boxer does, to say, "Hey, I still have this power," you know that Paul might be in for some problems because he said it don't matter how old you get. He goes, your power. He goes, that just doesn't go away. He goes, your cardio, all that. He goes, power doesn't go away. Don't care. He said he'll be able. He said he goes, he can knock out a horse. Or it was his exact quote. So if Tyson comes in throwing body shots right off the rip, they said you'll know. Yep, that could be it right there. So
Yeah, you can only do Tyson by TKO, KO, DQ, plus 250.
yeah. So yeah, obviously I want Tyson to win. I hope he does knock him out. I think it'd be fantastic. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's
Yeah,
Jake Paul fights are always they're always different. But the only time he actually fought a real boxer, he lost. So
yeah.
we'll see.
My two concerns. I just hope this isn't a paycheck for Tyson. I hope he's really going into it
I
seriously,
think
and
he is, man.
Well,
I hope
if
so.
you've seen his training, it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you've seen his training, and if you would have watched, I don't know if you saw it a couple years ago, he had the exhibition against Roy Jones Jr., and it was just an exhibition. He came
Hmm.
out he had to lay off because Roy Jones like, whoa, dude, like,
Yeah.
calm down, bud. Like, and he did. He backed away, and then they gave it oh, it's a split decision. Tyson's like, fuck this. Tyson wanted
Yeah.
that legit and to win, so he's going in here to knock him out, and like, I hope he does. Like,
I hope so.
he is a scary dude, even at 58. Like his
Yeah.
training and how jacked he is. Oh my God! Like,
but he's still quick.
Yeah.
Like
He's yeah, but Paul's got to have an advantage with the reach. I'm just afraid that Paul's much more athletic at this point.
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
and
I
It might
mean,
be hard for Tyson to land much.
well, I
Um,
don't know about landing. I think it's gonna be can Tyson's chin hold up because Jake Paul does have knockout power. You cannot deny that.
hmm
What
hmm
everybody says, he has knockout power. that's the other thing, right? As age, your chin goes also, and Tyson's been knocked out later in his career against real
Hmm.
boxers, right?
Hmm.
So that'll be the other one. But I agree. I think that's going to be the push of okay, can Tyson get inside? And if he can, he connects with a couple body shots and uppercuts coming, and Jake Paul will be waking up
Yeah,
minutes later.
yeah. I'm hoping for a good fight.
I think we'll get one. I do, but I hope Tyson knocks him out.
Same. Knock him out. And then Saturday, we probably should get into that now. I mean, it's the last thing we got to do, right?
Yeah, in the garden.
In the
Jo-
garden.
Jones and Stipe. God, what's this been a year and a half in the making?
Hmm. Well, I think I'm left, right?
Yes, you are.
All right, so going down the card, women's flyweight bout, minus 142 favorite from Venezuela, Veronica. I am not Tom or Matt or Jeff Hardy.
Thank you. I was gonna say you're really gonna leave them out. Plus 124 dog from Brazil, Eduarda Mora.
In a welterweight bout, plus 200 dog from the United States, and Austin Powers, Basil, Fez.
And the minus 238 favorite from Wales, Oban. I'm not Zeke Elliott.
Welterweight bout, minus 142 favorite from the United States, Mickey. I once fought CM Punk in a match, and CM Punk never landed a hit on me, and Bear and Gray were there. Gall.
I can't believe he's still fighting. I'm shocked to see him. And from the United States, plus 105 dog, Ramiz Brahamaj. Brah.
In last early prelim fight, heavyweight bout, minus 148 favorite from Poland, number 9 ranked heavyweight, Marcin Tybura.
And no odds on the guy from Brazil, but he's got to be a favorite. Jahanta Dinez.
He's plus 124 on mine.
Who is?
Jahanta Dinez.
How is Tybura plus 100? They both can't be plus.
He's minus 148
Mine
on
shows plus
mine.
100 for Tybura. Okay. That's why I was like, that's weird.
It's so weird that ours are different and we're both at UFC.com. So,
It is.
um, either way, bout no odds on this one from Uganda, David Onama.
And from Brazil, Lucas Almeida.
And a lightweight bout plus 142 favorite from the United States, Jim. I'm not drunk in Miller.
On every single big card there is, Jim Miller. Pretty sure he was on UFC 1. Go back and look it up, folks. The minus 175 favorite from the United States, Damon Jackson.
And a middleweight bout plus 100 dog from the United States, Chris. I can't believe this motherfucker's still fighting Weidman.
And the minus 142 favorite from the United States, Eric Anders.
Plus 120 dog in a bantamweight bout from the United States, number 13th ranked bantamweight, Jonathan Martinez.
The minus 142 favorite from the United States, Marcus Willis McGee.
In a lightweight bout on the main card from Brazil, minus 850 favorite, Mauricio Ruffy.
And the dog from Peru, plus 525, James Lantop.
Look like lollipop. And a women's flyweight bout, plus 215 dog, number 9 ranked women's flyweight from Brazil, Viviane Araújo.
And the minus 278 favorite from Brazil, the number 11th ranked women's flyweight, Karine Silva.
Holy shit. In a middleweight bout, minus 1,200 favorite from the United States, Bo Nickel.
And the plus 650 dog from Scotland, Paul Craig. It'll be interesting to see because Nickel, this is the first like big time opponent he's gotten, and he still has a massive favorite.
In a lightweight bout, number 2 ranked lightweight, minus 270 favorite from Brazil, Carlos Oliveira.
And the plus 220 dog, the number 7th ranked lightweight, felt like he hasn't fought in forever from the United States, Michael Chandler.
And your heavyweight title bout, minus 650 favorite. Your champ from the United States, John Bones Jones.
And your plus 500 dog from the United States, the number 8th ranked heavyweight, Stipe Miocic. I feel like sprinkling some money on Stipe there. Whew.
No
Plus,
shit, right?
I mean, I think those fists still work.
All it takes is one. Might throw a 50 banger on there.
I mean, there's a lot of big dogs. Like, I might throw a couple bucks on every big dog just to see if he can. I mean, all you gotta do is hit one, you make money.
Let's see. I'm gonna look on our stuff here and see what few more events. Saturday. Plus 470 money line. Throw a 50 banger on there, pays 285. Throw 10,000 on there, pays 57 grand.
I like that. You should do that one.
No, I'm too scared. So, thank you to Wes Anderson, Crandall Squad and Landscaping, All Work Clothing, Connell Barrett, DatingTransformation.com, Sparty Steve, Paper Dynamart, Great Key Merch, and as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Make sure you put 10 grand on Stipe Miocic.
I hope Iron Mike makes Jake Paul look like Glass Joe this weekend.